He lifted the blanket and froze. What we thought was a baby was something that should never have been breathing in the first place. This memory still creeps into my dreams sometimes. I must have been about 7 or 8 years old. It was Halloween night, and my mom had to work late. So instead of taking my brother and me trick-or-treating like she usually did, she dropped me off at my friend Ethan's house. Ethan and our friend Tyler were both a year older than I, and the three of us had planned to hit every house in the neighborhood. Ethan's family was always unusual. His sister, Amber, was nearly 20 and acted more like his guardian than a sibling. She never smiled or spoke much. The house always smelled like cat litter and microwave dinners, and there were always strange men coming and going. Ethan's dad wasn't around, and his mom was rarely home, supposedly traveling for work. When my mom dropped me off, she thought Ethan's sister would be supervising us. But once she left, I realized it would just be the three of us. I felt uneasy, but I was too excited about Halloween to say anything. We grabbed our pillowcases and stepped out into the cold, candy-filled night. We started early, and people kept asking where our parents were. Tyler always answered with a lie. They're just a few houses ahead. It worked every time. By the time the streetlights came on, our pillowcases were already half full. After a few hours, we went back to Ethan's place to rest. He heated frozen pizza, and we watched Halloween specials on TV while eating candy until Tyler's mom came to pick him up. But Ethan wasn't ready to call a night yet. He convinced me to go out again for one last round. It was past 8, and the streets were almost empty now. A thin fog had started to roll in, and the sound of leaves crunching under our shoes echoed in the still night. That's when we noticed a man behind us, pushing a stroller. At first, it didn't seem strange. Lots of parents were out with their kids. But something about the way he walked, slow, dragging one foot slightly and softly humming to himself, sent a chill down my spine. When he finally caught up, he smiled and said, "You boys still out this late? You must have gotten a lot of candy." We nodded politely. He looked down at the stroller and whispered something to the baby inside, then turned back to us. "I'm heading home now. Didn't get to give out much candy tonight," he said. "Why don't you boys come by? I'll give you the rest." We glanced at each other. That sounded like every kid's dream. He pointed up the block. "Just there. You can follow me." As we walked, he kept talking, asking where we lived, what school we went to, but his tone grew stranger with every step. He'd stop mid-sentence to coo into the stroller, his voice high and sing song, then chuckle to himself. Finally, we reached his house. The porch light flickered like it hadn't been changed in years. He unlocked the door, wheeled the stroller inside, and turned back to us. "Come on in, I'll get the candy," he said. Ethan went in first, but I hesitated and asked, "Can we keep the door open?" The man smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "Of course," he said, stepping deeper into the house. The stroller sat in the middle of the living room, covered by a dark blanket. He disappeared into the hallway. Ethan crept toward the stroller, whispering, "What if it's fake?" Before I could stop him, he lifted the blanket, his face drained of all color. He turned to me and whispered, "We need to go. Now." We bolted out the door, candy spilling from our sacks as we ran down the street. A woman from across the road shouted after us, "Hey, what happened?" We stopped, panting, and Ethan blurted everything up. The man, the stroller, the fake baby. The woman's face went white. "That man doesn't have a baby," she said quietly. "He lives alone." She drove us both home, and when my mom heard what happened, she immediately called the police. They questioned me briefly, but no one ever told me what they found in that house. My mom never let me go to Ethan's again. Sometimes I still wonder what was really under that blanket, and if the man ever went looking for 2 boys who got away.